Well, good morning, guys and girls. How are you all doing today? Well, I suppose I should start by telling you what we're all about. We're Hearts and Nines. We're a brand new online company doing playing cards. I wouldn't say we're at an illusionist level or Dan and Dave level. It's a passion of mine personally with playing cards. I wouldn't class myself as professional. I'm definitely a learner. A couple of months ago, we decided to open up a website and selling cards. So it's been a bit of a double-edged sword, to be fair. Having a lot of cards coming into the house and not being able to open all the decks because obviously we're trying to sell them. But being a bit of a card geek, I tend to trawl through YouTube and watch a lot of videos, including unboxings, and basically anything to do with cards just interests me. So I thought I'd jump on that bandwagon because I know there's a lot of you out there that like to see all the new cards as they come out. And that's what we're going to start off with today. We have done a video before, but this is our first sort of proper filmed video. The other one was more of a slideshow on how we made this beautiful card mat. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link back down in the description. So what we've got going on today is I've got a box of cards from Illusionist. So we order stock, and then inevitably if we need to take photos, sometimes we order extra decks as well. So this contains a little bit of stock and a few extra decks for photos. So I thought I'd just give you a quick look at what's going on in the box and hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. Let's get that out of the way. So first of all, what we need is something to get into the box with. So that'll probably do that job. Excuse any sort of sound and stuff like that. Being the first proper video, obviously the quality will grow. But here we have one beautifully large box full of cards, hopefully. So I've been waiting a while to get this opened. Let's get on with it, eh? So let's split the box open. Try not to damage anything, including the fingers. If you could see the camera set up, guys, you'd be entertained. I've mucked around sticking this camera on the end of a variety of things to get the angles good. And eventually I managed to get myself a camera arm, and that's what I'm using at the moment. So hopefully it'll be, oh God. This is the bit you always hate. It's fine when you watch someone else's video, but when it's in your own place and you've got a load of rubbish, let's just get all this out of the way. This is how it comes. Obviously it's come all the way over from the States, and it's very well packaged, as you can see, so hopefully we'll get no damage. I have received cards before when we've ordered from Kickstarter and stuff like that, where I've had the corners damaged. And it's such a hassle. We're based in the UK in England, so obviously if you're paying the custom charges and the shipping, then you get a couple of damaged decks. You've got to weigh up the cost of actually sending them back. So us being based in the UK, if you are England, Europe, that sort of thing, then it'll be far easier to send the cards out to you. God, there's plenty of packaging here. We'll clear this up in a minute and get to the bottom. Ooh, so what have we got? What have we got? We can start. Oh, lovely. So we've got some rounders. What I'll do, I'll grab them all out of the box and then we'll chuck the mat down and we'll have a look at a few of the decks closer up. I can't say I'm going to open them all up today. So they look like the Madison rounders in brown, which are beautiful. I just love the crisp design on these. They're so clean, minimalistic, so nice. Another deck of, another brick I should say, of Fathoms. So I love these cards. Let's pop them open anyway. What the hell. I love the back designs on these. I think they're so detailed for the price you get. And they handle nice. Sometimes with decks where you've got a lot of ink on the back, they're not as slippery, they don't glide as nice. But these just seem to handle really nice. And they go well with the ignites, which hopefully I should look at those. They are lovely. Just love the box design, love the back design. Quite reminiscent of the Archangels with a lot of colour on it. And Archangel's another great deck, especially for the price you can get them for. Very cheap, but they handle really nice. A nicely detailed deck. So yeah, so there's a box of Fathoms. I won't fanny around with those too much. Just chuck those out of the way. I'll leave those to a second. Yes, box of Ignites, because we ordered some more of those. Once again, these the sister card of the Fathom. They go great with colour changes and stuff like that when you're popping one of the cards in the other deck and you're doing some type of effect. It looks amazing the way they can jump and change with the backs. Those are beautiful Ignites. Once again, fantastic back design. And once again, although they've got a lot of ink on the back, that is the back design there, you can see, although they've got a lot of ink on the back, they do handle nice. They're still like smooth and slippery, they don't clump up. They fan pretty good. And they're really visual, very visual indeed. Great for cardistry, because you want your backs showing up nicely. Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? Let's get those ones out of the way as well. Oh yes. So I know what these are as well. These should be our Carpe Noctem by the awesome Chris Ramsay. I don't know if you're watching any Chris Ramsay stuff on YouTube, but he's a funny guy. Awesome beard. Ah yes, been waiting for these. Look at those. I will get some of these out because obviously I've got some for photos anyway, so you can see the sort of the embossing on the box because you can't really see it that well through the cellophane, especially with my really dodgy lighting I'm noticing here, so I do apologise. If there are any sort of tips and feedback that you want to give us about what you want to see and how you want to see it, then please let us know. We're brand new and I'm open to more or less anything. I'm hoping to do some tutorials on some card handling, some effects, some card reviews, and definitely as we get the stock through, do plenty of unboxings, so there should be plenty of stock to see. I thought long and hard with myself over the tutorials. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do because, as I said, I wouldn't class myself as amazingly good or highly skilled. But what I find as I'm learning is sometimes learning off of people that have known the moves and have established within the moves for years and years, they forget the problems that we all had. Coming from someone who's just learning it or has just learnt it, hopefully the problems and the workarounds will be very fresh, so it might be a good way to learn together. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I know when I was learning things, even based in things like revolution cut and stuff, I trawled so many videos looking for different problems that people were having so I could get it right, and it tended to be the people that, without being offensive, weren't as polished, had a better handle on what the actual issues were. So hopefully that'll work as well. So yeah, Carpe Noctem there, rounders. Let's have a look. Ah yeah, so this is a sample box. Let's get paperwork. You don't need to see that. Let's get that out of the way. So this is a sample box, and this is used for the photographing. So there's a lot of extra decks that I can then strip out the packets. But yeah, looking all good. Packaging's fantastic. It's all nicely protected. Love working with Illusionist. I've had no problems with them at all. And all the stuff arrives pretty damn fast. So yeah, so obviously I've got one of the bricks to sell. I think we've got another brick as well. That's a pack that I'm going to be unboxing to have a look at the actual quality of the cards. And then, oh, look at this loveliness. The variety of stuff. So obviously the Infinity deck. Well, it's not obvious, is it? It's only obvious because I'm saying it's obvious and I put it in front of the camera. But they are gorgeous. Back design there. I think this camera zooms in pretty well. Look at that detail. That's lovely, isn't it? More rounders. Rounders black by the looks of it. Yep. So I'm sure you've seen these designs before. Beautiful. Do a focus there? Yeah, of course we are. What else we got? We've got Sleepers, another Daniel Madison deck. I can't remember the name of the other designer off the top of my head. I think it was Oberon, somebody other. Once again, that's a learning curve. I should probably have myself a prep sheet for when I'm doing the videos. There's nothing worse than when they don't give you the facts you actually want. So, as I say, bear with us while we get going. And please feedback. Let us know what you want. Whether I waffle too much. Whether you want more waffle. But I love that Illuminati style sort of all-seeing eye there. Some really nice faces and stuff in those as well. Absinthe V2, I believe. Because the other one came in the Prohibition collection box. That's a nice touch though, the green seal's really nice. And that's one busy back design. Yeah, cool, aren't they? Do you see what I mean though? Imagine being into cards and then receiving a load and you can't unbox them all and get them all out because you're supposed to be selling them. It's hard work. It is hard work. You've seen those. Our dealers. Lovely. Nice Madison logo there all over the back, as he does. think Madison as a character is one of those people that's grown and grown on me. When I was first started off in cards, watched a few of his videos, and it was surreal to say the least. And then over the last year, I've really, obviously I've always respected his card handling and his skills and abilities, but as a character, he can be Marmite to some people, but at the moment I love him. So yeah, there's those. 52 proof. Again, lots of detail on those. I love these different coloured seals you get as well. I was a sucker when I first started doing cards, being a little bit OCD. I was very much peel the seal up, don't slit it, keep it all. And then I realised all the peeling of the seal, the glue tended to go over all of my cards. So there's no more peeling of seals. Literally, I get a card now, slide it down in the seal, slit it through, stick it back down. That way your cards in the box remain all undamaged, no glue. Yeah, they look lovely, don't they? Excuse that knife being in the shot. That looks a little bit psycho, doesn't it? So it'll be fine. We'll cut the shot in a minute. Don't worry about that. Arcanes. So these were one of the first ever decks I got. Obviously the Arcane Blacks. Once again, I think coming from... It's a long story and I'll fill it in lots of other videos. But a long, long time ago, I used to be in Magic. I used to be a 12-year-old magician. In England that used to go out and do kids' parties and stuff like that. At the time I wasn't really into card magic because doing children's shows they like stuff that's very visual. And then years later when I've got back into it and got into the flourishing and stuff like that, my appreciation for cards and sleight of hand and the skills involved and the time that goes into it I suppose comes with age for me anyway. No disrespect to the younger people out there because some of the skills and most of the tutorials I watch, you guys are smashing it. So, but what it is a real eye-opener coming from back in the day when I used to have to wait for my monthly magazine of Magigram or Abracadabra magazine, which I was in once. One day I'll root out the article and I'll show you that. It's quite comical. There's me with hair, very young and everything. But yeah, the learning curve with the tools that YouTube provide now, going on and you want to learn something, you can just see everything at your fingertips. It's good in lots of ways, and I'm a fan of it. But I know the old guard of Magic, there's a lot of dispute over that, whether the effects and stuff should be on YouTube, and whether some of the learning comes too easy for the Magic side of things if you don't have to put in the time. So personally, I'm one of those people that if it's shared and it's out there, knowing how something's done and being a magician or being a cardist or a flourisher or whatever it isn't about just viewing the video, as you guys know. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of time. I didn't talk about that at all, did I? But a lot of you have seen the Arcane deck, and as I say, in another video we'll go into far more detail and we'll talk about all the decks and crack open a few. This is really just to give you an insight of some of the things that turn up. More rounders, so I don't need to spend too much time on those. You've seen those before. And the Artifice White, once again, Artifice Tundra, I apologise, isn't it? I'm a fan of white decks. Once again, when I started off, it was all about the black decks because they look mysterious. And then as you start doing outside of cardistry, start doing Magic, you want a deck that maybe looks a little bit more normal. So I do tend to use a lot of just standard bicycles and tally-ho, that sort of thing when I'm doing like actual card effects. But for cardistry, flourishing and collecting, they're bloody works of art, let's be honest. They're lovely. So yeah, there you go. So that just gives you a little bit of an insight of some of the stuff we have turning up. I know that's a bit of a quick and rapid one to start off with. But hopefully you'll come back and tune in with some videos. What I'll do now is I'll cut to a couple of shots of grabbing a couple of these out of the box, some that I know I've got to open, just to show you a little bit of detail on the card. And then we'll go for there. So if you've enjoyed the video, guys, please give us a like, please subscribe. There'll be links in the description to our Instagram where we tend to do a lot of stuff, including some giveaways we'll be doing on Instagram. So we've just done a Fathom and Ignite giveaway. Really simple to enter, and some young man has just won a couple of decks of cards. Hopefully as the following improves on YouTube, starts on YouTube, then we'll move some of the giveaways across to YouTube. So if you'd like to see some giveaways, once again, give us a like, subscribe. Tag along for the ride as we progress, as we improve. Hopefully you'll see my card handling improve and my skills improve, and I'll talk about the obstacles I'm overcoming, how I'm overcoming them, and together we can learn and move forward. So thanks a lot. I'll give you a couple of shots of the cards in detail and a few close-ups, and hopefully you'll tune in for the next video. Thank you very much. Bye. Okay guys, so I'm back. I've finally cleaned up the mess, and as promised I said I'd get something out of the box so you can have a look at it. I'm aware that the video is running a little bit over in time scales now as well, so I won't keep you too long, and also we want to keep some content for the future. Did I put my psycho knife away too soon? No, I think we'll be fine. I think we can get it out. So let's get these out and I'll just share some detail on the faces, the backs, and hopefully they'll be able to see the actual case a little bit nicer with the embossing on it. So there's the deck there, or the tuck I should say. I'm not sure if you can see that embossing very well, but I love that sort of little detail that you get. So these are Chris Ramsay's follow-up to Memento Mori. What do you guys think? I liked the Memento Mori. I think they are a nice design deck. Suits my style down to the ground. I like them. I don't know about the backs on these. I'm not 100% sure. So you've got Carpe Noctem just embossed down the back there as well. Just another nice touch. I think on the back, yeah, we've got Chris's tattoo, which is a take once again on the Illuminati all-seeing eye. He did talk about it in one of his videos. But yeah, it looks quite nice, but quite clean, minimalistic box. There's your back and your flap on your tuck case. I'm waffling, aren't I? Let's move along so you can see some cards. So just plain inside the tuck, we've got no designs or anything going on inside. And then the deck themselves. So what do we get? So we get a Seize the Night card. Let's put those down there. Like so. And then there's detail about the flower that it's based off of. I thought it was a nice touch. Illusionist only actually sold this deck for 7 days. That's to do with how long the flower blooms for. But I like little things like that. It's like backstory, isn't it? It's good. It's very pretty. Okay, what else did we get there? Jokers. So we've got some jokers going on. I think they're both the same. Yes, they are. So there's your joker design. One of my favourite parts of the deck, I must admit. I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but it is hammering down with rain outside. Absolutely hammering. Both jokers identical. Back design, as you can see. So nice, yeah, I like them. I like them. I don't know if they're as nice as his other deck, if I'm going to be completely honest, and that's what I aim to be. And then we've got some card faces. Oh yeah, of course. So I'll move that other joker out of the way, and then we've got a gaff card here as well, which is half Queen of Hearts, half Four of Spades. You can make that out. Now I don't think I've seen a lot of write-up on how Chris uses this gaff. I could be wrong, and if you guys know something, or you know of a tutorial or some ideas based off of it, then send us the link across in the comments so I can check it out and have a nose. In some ways that's good, gets you to come up with your own ideas, which in Magic nowadays sometimes is lacking, so I do like that. But it's great to know somebody else's handle on it, and I like seeing how people use this type of thing. So nice to get a gaff card though, I like that. And then what have we got? We've got the Ace of Spades. So once again we have our flower in the centre of the actual spade. We've got this sort of cell shaded geometric sort of shape, quite similar to, well not similar, but in the same vein of the Art of Play. They have the same sort of design on their spade symbol, let's say, made up of the polygons. Carpe Noctem. And the faces, I think the faces are pretty much standard on this deck, so I'm not going to waste too much time on them. Pips look slightly smaller, slightly slimmer. In fact, if I reach over, let's see what I've got. Quite a manky few cards here, they're out of a deck. Anything with a spade on it. Yeah, so that's a standard bike spade. No, they're pretty much identical. That's weird because they look slimmer by themselves. So yeah, that's just a standard bike deck out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. So core cards. Aces. Slightly larger pip design there. Let's give you diamond core cards. Clubs. So there you go, guys. I did decide to get them out of the box so you can see a bit of detail. I'm probably going to cut the video off here. What I'm going to do is I'll cut a couple of shots in at the end of them being handled. Probably with some nice arty music, because that sort of thing's nice. But as I said, I'm aware that the video is getting a little bit length of time, and I don't want to bore the arse off of you on the first couple of videos. So hopefully you've enjoyed what we've done, hopefully you enjoyed what we're about, and hopefully we're showing you something that's interesting to you. I've said it a million times in this video already, I will add it one more time. We are open to suggestions, how you want to, what you want to see, how you want it filmed, whether you like the behind the scenes stuff, whether you want to know more about how the business is going, how we're establishing it and trying to build that up. Whatever you want to see, guys, tutorials will be coming. Please check out our main website, heartsandnines.com. It's got a lot of our stock on there. There's also a little blog section. There's a tutorial section where I'm linking out to a lot of videos that I've utilised, so a tutorial library, let's say. And then as I start progressing and doing my own, we'll start putting a few up there of my own as well. So once again, thank you very much for watching. It's been a very enjoyable experience, and I'm off to go and get a nice cup of tea. So see you again soon. Bye.